News now. Small business owners in Ladysmith and KwaZulu-Natal say their work is being constantly affected by repeated flooding in the town. Yet another bout of torrential rain affecting local residents. They're still reeling from the deadly floods over Christmas. Our reporter Karinda Jagmohan is there. She joins us now. Karinda, good afternoon. How bad is it?
Good afternoon, Stephen. Yet another flood has occurred here. It's sunny skies right now, but more severe storms are expected for the rest of the week. Behind the camera, my colleague Ngubande will show you the Ladysmith taxi rank that was flooded. Yesterday, water was running through, gushing through this area. It's somewhat dried up now, so residents are essentially cleaning up the mud. Taxi operators also cleaning out the mud here so they can bring their vehicles back. The Cocta MEC is doing a walkabout of this area, but as we have been going through the town of Ladysmith and we see people cleaning up, we came across a number of women who were standing on benches because they couldn't actually keep their assets, their clothing on the ground because of the mud. And we spoke to one of them, Tolakele Gabela, my colleague Ngubane, conducting that interview, and she explained how this flood is a recurring flood and that there needs to be some development to ensure that small business owners are protected against the frequent disasters. Take a listen to that interview.
Sinenkinga asinawo ama-shelter mangabe lina izulu siyaqoqa njengoba sesiqoqile nje nabanye basekhona bayakhona ukubekezela kodwa thina cha sesiqoqile kanti-ke nekhona futhi enye inkinga-ke namaphara asiphethe khona impela lana asitshotshela amaphinifa ayasikakela nje impela abeka nendlela asidayisela khona asikhoni nje ukwenza ini kodwa ngokuthi ngoba sisuke sosebenzela abantwana yiko sizama ukuvuka sishanele sikline sibuye benze izinto zabo kumele kuvale thina futhi siyacela nkosami umasipala mangakhona la ungasisiza khona mhlawumbe ngama-shelter noma sithole indawo njengasicafisa kuwona singaye sijabule.
Amanzi lawa avamise ukuba ngaka kangaki nje mhlawumbe onyakeni uma ukuthi inkinga enibhekana nayo kangaki nje?
Kuyenzeka impela nje naka u-3 onyakeni ngoba kuyenzeka ukuthi ngoJanuwari mase nqambile futhi kuphinde futhi kube mhlawumbe oMarch ayenzeka nje isikhathi esiningi.
Ngingakwazi ukudayisa isikhathi esingakanani lamanzi lapha?
Yabo nje kuba yiviki nje ngoba namabe sithi sizozama ayisahlulwa nje sesaqoqa nje phela cha kuba yinsuku impela ngoba lona leyo suku nje olulodwa nje singezanga thina siyalimala abadayisi kakhulu.
Yona into eniyiphilisa ngayo la?
Yebo ngoba mangabe sithola leyo mali siyakwazi ukuthi siyothenga isinkwa eShoprite.
So that's how small business owners are frequently affected by the constant flooding. Ladysmith is a flood-prone town. And earlier today, we had a media briefing with the KZN Cocta MEC. She had a number of essentially developments to speak about. And she did say that an assessment is being conducted with regards to how this town can be developed to ensure that it is safe from the constant overflowing of the Klip River as well as the local dam, because essentially the overflowing of those waters is what causes the flood here in this town, because the land, the spatial area, is quite a flat place. So there's no hills for the water to collect. The water comes gushing around the area, as you see what has happened behind me. It's all flat, a flat space, and the Klip River is just about a kilometer away from us that will ultimately overflow into this taxi rank as it did yesterday. But we did ask about a time frame. The MEC said no time frame has been set as yet as to when infrastructure at the dam and along the river can be developed because of the frequent disasters. And so we're going to wait to see what is going to happen in the wake of yet another flood. Ladysmith residents are exhausted. They're battling 2 floods in the space of a month. And the Christmas Eve flood, Stephen, was a deadly disaster with more than 20 people having died. Fortunately, this week, no fatalities were reported, no missing persons were reported, but the local government has urged families, if they are missing someone, they've not heard from someone, to report to them just so that they can keep an eye out. Disaster management teams are on the ground. We've seen their vehicles around, essentially in preparation for any disaster that can occur. But again, of course, this is definitely a sign that in the wake of more severe weather because of climate change, there is a need to develop flood-prone towns like Ladysmith. This is not the first time we've been here. This has happened over years now. So certainly residents and around us, as I see, people that are even watching the spectacle of a government oversight visit are really questioning how they can be helped, because like Tolakele Gabela, their assets have been lost and they need assistance. Small business, so it's difficult to build up from the ground, and there is a fear that this flood will happen again in the face of imminent severe weather.
Karinda Jagmohan, thanks very much indeed.